The Mughal Empire has continued its expansion since the previous episode, in which, honestly, we didn't expand too much as far as direct control, but we've made two new vassals. One, we force vassalized La Na, which is a princedom, but they do not like us very much. And we know it's forced by truce, but annexing them, that probably will not happen. Because how on earth are you gonna get rid of all of this? That aggressive expansion that you made. Oh boy. But nonetheless, try anything stupid and we'll put you down. Or alternatively, I could be doing other things to you. Such as, let's see. Huh. Just wondering how much is that? Liberty, desire, and all that. Must be in the same religious group. Or if they ever happen to convert to Islam on their end, then maybe they will. We'll put a relative in. And also we made another vassal. Well, we released it. And that's Dai Viet. Yes, the great Dai Viet. And we say great because they used to hold quite a swath of territory. Even those territorial claims they still hold. Because they have Reconquest Cosbala against Abdullah, Yui, Chu, Wu, and also Katana Hegemon at independence against us, but that'll be low. So these countries here, they have these cores that used to be part of Dai Viet. Some, not all. Including as far as Yanzhou. So yes, they used to have coastal connections. So it is here in Qingzhou was Dai Viet's greatest extent. They used to be the Emperor of China, you know? Yeah, they used to have that mandate of heaven and all that for Dai Viet, but they cannot go back to the way it was, as they are Buddhists now. Theravada sect of Buddhism. They're now our vassal. But I'm strongly considering designating them a march, which cannot be annexed and will not pay any taxes to us, but has a greater military capacity than a regular vassal, because I see them as a useful lot. Because don't underestimate the Vietnamese. They got their defensive ideas, offensive ideas, then they're currently going for quantity. And they already got plenty of quality with the village militia. Morale of armies. Infantry combat. Do not underestimate the Vietnamese. Ask the Mongols. Right, anyways, so it kind of gives me an idea of what kind of wars that we should be fighting for. I mean, I can't fight them directly, but we could at least fight some of the others. But of course, that would draw them in despite the truce, but they'll come in regardless. Because that's their tributary. Because you see, I could fight against them as well. Which they have their allies further up. Shun, Wu, and Jarai. Jarai is down there. Let me see. These areas, even all the way to the Mekong Delta area. These are part of the modern-day South Vietnam, including the Champa areas and again. thinking about recreating, recreating basically the borders of the modern state of Vietnam as we know today. But they need this back. That was part of the territorial core province. So you're going up against them. Another one of them. And of them as well. And just for that, I will designate you a march, which again, if the total development of the march is not more than 25% of their overlord, currently 3%, they'll get these following bonuses. 25% plus on national manpower, 20% manpower recovery speed, 30% land force limit, 30 naval force limit modifier, land maintenance, naval maintenance reduced, as well as reduced fort maintenance and increased fort defense. I wish I could lend them some manpower, but just to get you started, well, I'm going to be sending you quite a bit of money. Just 1,000, just to get you started. There you go. Now build your navy with that if you got any sailors. Or build more buildings as we're currently building buildings for you. Why do they call it a building if it's already built? As one person would put it. Although I would like to fight against them again. Yarkan. That's gonna be a problem with you in the future. Because we've been helping you build up all that. Good lord. Glad I'm not involved in that conflict. And we still got plenty of manpower, and we're relatively quite fresh, you know. Give them 1 month. I gave them the money. But the prestige is very, very bad for them. But they'll go up yearly. So I will make them a match. So they'll recover faster and use that money. Obviously they have no debt right now. Going up pretty good. Where is it? Here it is. Fleet's not ready yet. Do upgrade some of them. So until the fleet is ready, we will deploy them. And we will be heading to China to help Dai Viet reclaim their lost territories. Just to make our vassals stronger. And then after that, declare war against Coho, which in turn will be fighting against them. Which of course my only issue is the lack of reduced governing capacity. But tell you what, might as well start saving up on this, but I don't know, you want to wait it out? Wait out everything, don't develop anymore. And if you're going to spend on something, spend on these. Every little bit helps. And also these state houses for reduced statewide governing cost. I was considering building a manufactory over in Aurangabad, but since you developed this area so much, it's like, yeah, you got the town hall, but how about a state house? This is for statewide governing cost reduction in a big way. Anywhere else? Not every place can have a manufactory. Some's got to require state houses. Every little bit helps. Here's an idea. Bring them over here. You're first up. You'll be deployed to Dai Viet. You will be stationed at, what's this area's name? Annam. Be bordering with Song Hong to help reclaim those lost territories for Dai Viet. Basically, when the war is over, when we peace out everybody else, give these lands to Dai Viet. And isn't there another feature? Guardian vassals. Let me see. Grant cores / claim. Grants them one of our cores or claims. Oh, that's what you mean. Well, grant provinces, what you mean. We don't own any provinces adjacent to them or that are accessible by sea for them. Okay, I get it. All aboard. They'll be deployed over here. Just looking at it from this perspective, they got a heck of a lot of troops over there. Again, the Ming Empire, it's a wonder how they used to be this big and now they're reduced to a bunch of Chinese states of various Han Chinese cultures. Except for this bit. In Vietnamese as well. I believe there's room for 2 more armies. And the remaining ones will be back there to be heading this way. Deploy the fleet. Head to Hue. All these compositions. It basically support group. Move up. How old am I? 39. Well, you're starting to get to the 40s soon. It's usually the age of our Mughal rulers die up. knowing this will be a state one day. But for heaven's sake, save some of this administrative power. So again, this upcoming conflict, this is going to be the idea. Reclaim Vietnamese territory, including the ones that they used to held long ago. Maybe asking for a lot, but we'll just have to pay attention to these areas, including its greatest extent in Quangzhou. Just to show that our Mughal sphere of influence will reach far, even all the way to the borders of Japan. Because one day we would have to deal with the Japanese Navy when we fight against Europa, and are trying to improve relations with the British. Which is rather concerning to me. Present. Away. So there's your difference of the Mughal military uniform and those of the Vietnamese of this age. They got a musket and it appears to have a sword in their back as well. Oh, what the heck? What's the difference between these two? The prices are different. Actually, yeah, way cheap. Well, we don't have the production efficiency. The vast and endless sea. Unlike the calling to the battlefields of land, a matter of duty and the search for glory, the sea calls to many free spirits who care little for such things. Stories of sailing the oceans of the world and the past expeditions of the Mughal fleet are retold by old sailors as adventures. Many of the great sights are remembered, many of the great sacrifices forgotten. Is it any wonder, with such a legacy, that the youths of the Mughals yearned for the vastness of the sea? Many more have come to join our navy for the past year. Some may end their lives at the bottom of the ocean, but those who return are sure to keep the stories alive. We will write the legacy that inspires future generations. More naval recruitment. Hey, you still have access to the Yarkhan, do you? Yes, sir. Move up there. There's room. Yeah, supply limit is enough for us. Yeah, we're mobilizing for the next war. In fact, you're included too. Quite honestly, we may create another army right here. Start with the infantry. I know there's an army template thing, but we need to use some of that manpower, you know? Someone's got to stay back and watch over those free territories. Ah, yes, the Grand Palace of Bangkok. We have the money to improve all this, because I was on the verge of thinking, what else is there to improve upon this? but the governing capacity. Remember, you have 3087. 3087. Putting all that money to it. Now you got a 5% increase. Oh wow, much better. Let's keep it. Let's keep doing it. This one is Vassal Force Limit Contribution. And now, Vassal Force Limit Contribution. Governing capacity up to 10. Way better. 5,000. All the way. You'll be fine. And now, aggressive expansion impact reduced. Even more vassal force limit contribution. Yearly absolutism and governing capacity plus 15. Bringing this total. Good jump. And you just wait till we get even more of this, and then you don't have to worry about it. You'll probably have enough governing capacity to control the entirety of Indochina, and plus the Malaysian area and South China, which will give some of that to the Vietnamese. Some, not all. Get up to Hot Tin. Everybody will be mobilized soon. Until everybody's in position, start the war. Okay, 1,000. With this much artillery. Overkill, I know. But this is just a guard while everybody's away at war. That's the purpose of the 10th Army here. Defense Army. Walk away. Oh, jump here. Manufacturers will benefit. Put a counting house on it. With all this free real estate, might as well. It's got grain, I would say, in the future. Build a state house, because statewide governing costs, because knowing one day this is going to come to our control. And it's going to give us a lot of governing capacity compared to them. So for reference. Again, do not start the war until everybody's in position. Do not get this idea. No reason for this one yet. Save this. Incorruptible. So this fleet's gonna be the one that's blocking. They got 35 ships. The Wu's got 48. Shun's got this many. I think we should bring the second fleet out. The one with a lot of firepower behind it. Be deployed there. For more support. Hey. No, not that one. This one. Almost in position. Ready. We deployed to Guangzhou Bay. Okay, blockade. For them, they're on their way. Head to Taiwan Strait. So it's Hangzhou, that's the capital of the Wu. In that case, head to there. Again, this is off track because we're not going up there. We're not going to there yet. Well, we're taking a detour towards open China. Don't know what territorial gains I would have, but other than I would prefer to fight against Dali. But I don't want them to be... Blast you. Blast you for being a tributary. Yeah, we're gonna have issues soon between us. I can tell you that already. But them first. Well, we're taking a bit of a shortcut. Oh, let me see. When is it expired for you? By 1777. Let us see the restoration of the great Dai Viet. That is what we're here for. You're not going to contribute much, but I suggest this. Stay in your own territory. We'll do all the work. Or defensive. Yeah, in this case defensive. Because you don't have the manpower reserves, but after this war, and when we get you your most developed land yet, your former capital, in Donggen, which is, I believe that's modern day Hanoi. Hanoi. Yes, this needs to be retaken. And one day we will fight to give this back to them. So here's the objective. It's going to be a wide-ranging war. This for the southern front. These 5 armies over here will be the ones to deal with Shun. Just to knock them out of the war. Then come down to Wu territory and take all of these areas. Any territories that used to be part of Dai Viet. If connected by land, of course. Well, it's actually going to have to be these two. You have to be Confucian to have this great project active. Which sounds pretty good, but I'm not Confucian, so what the heck do I know? I'd never played as a Chinese nation before, especially a fractured China with a bunch of separatist states, including the Kingdom of Chu, which That one's an animist, which I believe that's supposed to simulate the, let me see. Is that supposed to simulate folk religion? Chinese folk religion? Hey, look at them! They're spreading Shintoism. Do you have religious ideas or something? No. No. I never played as United Japan or in any of the daimyos, honestly. I have very little experience for Europeans and Indians. Basically. No, anyways. So this is what it's gonna be like. I doubt that we're gonna be coring provinces other than I'll be giving away a few. Just what I mean is, when we occupy all this, by war's end, we will switch the occupation to Dai Viet to have their territories be reclaimed. It's their rightful territory. And the Vietnamese will only take part in defensive operations for their country while we will do all the work for them. So eventually they will grow and be strong enough to let them conduct themselves independently while we fight against countries like that. And come here. Which I plan on giving those away to Dai Viet. I almost said Vietnam, but you get what I mean. What's the difference between Reconquest and Imperialism? 25% aggressive expansion, siege 75 cost versus 75 aggressive expansion. Well, this will be a Reconquest war. We're using a Vietnamese war goal for our vassal. We can handle this. We've taken this fort down many times, but didn't realize that this area was actually the former capital of Dai Viet. And about to engage their fleet a bit. You will have the honor. Meanwhile, our capital is over there. These cannons will soon be built. Ready? Go. They were in the middle of drilling. They've been caught off guard. Württemberg. They've been caught off guard too. You're the one with the siege skill. Actually, neither of you. That one's got no artillery. No. You go. You head this way. That'll keep it busy. Yeah, we are fighting far away from the comforts of home. What culture are they? Zibe. Swing plow. Experiment with new shapes and art covered with board from local inventor from Chittor. Khosrow Jahan has created a much lighter plow that is easier and more efficient to work with. Together with other recent inventions in the field of farming tools, this new plow promises to greatly increase the productivity of agriculture in our country. Chittor. Yeah. I know that area. less developed. Simply for the sake of it. That little son of a beeswax. Where did you get involved in all this? This is what I get for not remembering. Drive them out. Oh my god! 3-star general for Dai Viet. Well, to be fair, they have offensive ideas. And I also have religious ideas. That makes them hardcore Buddhist fighters. One would think. They have defensive ideas. No wonder why they're taking so long to bring them down. Because it would be best to knock them out of the war early, otherwise they will combine their forces and we're going to have trouble. Doors open. So we're going to have trouble. Gotta break tradition here. I know it's too many, but something's gotta give. You'll do. No siege, so you're the fighter here. The Vietnamese will cover for us. But you're gonna have to deal with that army. You gotta chase them down. Keep us covered. Head to there. Alright, it's open. You're the one with the best siege skill. You go ahead there. We'll follow right behind you. Maybe. I think committing 2 troops would be good enough. For the entirety of this area. You two, move up here. Because there's armies roaming around out there. I need to stop them. Stop their flow of reinforcements. Because it's going to get problematic very soon. There's some. Oh my god. What the hell are we doing here? Back off. They'll manage on their own. They're force marching. Stop. Stop. Regroup. Block their movement. Trap them. Stop standing around there. These are the ones that are going to take care of these forts up there while we'll try to work our way in here. They're gonna be the ones to do all the fighting. Yeah, you're the siege guy. Do some work here. Stand still. See what we could do. Oh my God, what are you doing? What am I doing is the real question. They're coming over here. We fighting these mountains. And river. That's a huge battle we're about to get ourselves involved in. And we'll not commit anymore. Stop them. This is mountains. Lana is with us. Some of them, not all. We're throwing our lot over here. River crossing penalty. Highlands, not mountains. There is a difference here. But things are about to get nasty. They're committed. Looks like on the ground. What in God's name are we doing? We have the discipline. Definite advantage. Reinforcements will be arriving shortly. If they can hold, because of morale, we're losing it. They withdrew as soon as reinforcements arrived. Coming after you. We've also beat them simultaneously here. That'll kill off their manpower. Just keeping them busy while they're on our way to the capital. While we're working on, you know. Just go there directly. The hell are you waiting on? This way. Let's crush him. This way. Killed him. Okay. Shift this way. Shun and Wu forces there. Stick together. Good. Another commandant. Because our guy's 71 years old. And the new one is, well, the one who's youngest is the newest advisor. not breached a single wall. And I don't want to spend military power because I kind of want to save it up for this next level. Well, we're about to get this. What? There's your breach. Ning's fallen. At the Datong. Where are they going? Back here. They're gonna want their capital back. Their capital's fallen. The rest. We'll come support you soon. Stay here. We'll be sending our forces this way. We sunk the your flagship down here during this ongoing naval battle. Yeah, got him. For this area. We're gonna catch you. Wu Chang is fallen. These are Shun forces. Chase them. Stay. May have to round them up and catch them. Just keep them running. You did your job. As you were, your original target. Need to get their war enthusiasm low. There'll be no territorial changes. Turnhouse and Shun, maybe pillage, if their development's good. Oh, very good. Oh, good. Because I am basically just out to... basically got no left to give other than just bring all development back here in Vietnamese. Anything to help with the production income and all that. So we could stay up top in this league. As long as we maintain hegemony. There's currently 43% now. With a lot of goods produced modified to increase the trade value of these areas. For the most part. And it appears Persia still remains the most valuable trade node in the world. I don't know where you get that, but clearly something must be in them. Okay, you're currently idle. For you. There they are. As promised, just round them up. like cattle. Round them up. Monument in Pegu. Yeah, it's been done a while. It's been done for a while. Could say the same thing for Bangkok. Meanwhile, what's missing? State house to be built in future. No need to build a farm estate. Because one day we're going to be getting this area for ourselves. Now that we have the governing capacity to do so. Their capital's fallen. Nanjing. Next target. And just continue to work your way up. And then we'll figure out the territories that are part of the cores of Dai Viet and willing to give them away. If it connects to the sea, that is. Okay. No, no, no. That's Hunan. Part of the Hunan area, yes. And where are you going? All these as promised, yes. They'll take care of the rest. There'll be a few stragglers, obviously. Go. You're more useful in certain areas. Like say here. As you were. Not same are, but you get the idea. Macau. That'll reduce the governing capacity a bit. Central Ringabat is now Ahmednagar is centralized. But just save it up. And we'll get even more governing capacity soon. In a year's time. And they want to peace out already. War enthusiasm as well. That's what I like to hear. Yes, pillaged. It'll cost us some diplomatic power, but do not worry. This case, make your way over here. Is part of Dai Viet. What are you standing around like a goof for? Come on. Spain has become a revolutionary republic. My goodness. The revolution has arrived. The mob stormed the palace of Palacio Real in Madrid, capturing Prince Consort Regent Baltasar Carlos, who was promptly executed along with other members of the royal family who were unable to escape. A republic has been declared under the new Supreme Central and Governing Junta, which is composed of 2 representatives from each of the divisions of the Spanish state, headed by the renowned philosopher and lawyer Gaspar Melico de Jovellanos. It promises to abolish serfdom, establish equality under the law, and redistribute the nobility's land between the state and the peasantry, leading Spain and the rest of Europe to a brighter future, free from oppression. Spain's a republic now. A great republic. That's what an empire rank means. Revolutionary Republic. Revolutionary Spain. A supreme junta, to be exact. Very concerning, at least in Europe. Should come down here. I know there's a few stragglers out there, but I don't think they're going to cause too much damage. Crush the revolution. Not going to happen under my watch. There you go. Yeah. Do anything for trade. Capture this area and we should go after them. You know, they're part of that war too. And be willing to give this area to Dai Viet. Because I could see these areas, even all the way in the Mekong area, they should go to Dai Viet because, well, reasons. For, you know, having roughly the same borders as the modern state of Vietnam today. Just, as well as reclaiming some of the territories that the Vietnamese used to have when they were an empire of China. We want to have a strong vassal that could support us in wars against them and the like. As well as having their somewhat competent navy. Hey, no, this way. You cover the north. Yeah, pay them off. Stop standing around. Help them. Yeah, they'll get this eventually. Let's go take their capital and their fort. And give it to Dai Viet. So we're doing very well in this part of the campaign. go help them with the siege. We got him. So many reports. Yarkan, did you lose? I would have to assume so. No, it's not Yarkan that lost. Well, they did peace out. I mean, it was their war against Khorasan. And Muscovy was also part of that as their allied of Mazdaran. Got pieced out. Gee, Jiminy Chris. They're about to make some big gains here. We may consider them as a formidable enemy if we ever expand westward. No, you read that here. It says it here. Yeah. Yarkan did lose that one. Oh. Birjan, Mashhad, Nishapur, Kopet, Dagbav, Kerman, Saidodad, Karakum, Merv, Konjakala, Yezd, Rafsanjan, Abako, Shiraz, Magashalak, Ustyot, Nogay, Darab, and Rin by Mazdar. And they will cede some of them to Kara Kunulu. And they give a quarter Utva to Muscovy. Holy crud! And this was a nationalist war. Good luck facing them in the future. I mean, not only they got so many soldiers, which I believe they got. No, they don't have quantity, surprisingly. What's their development? Well, trust me when I tell you. They're going to be forced to be reckoned with. Muscovy isn't that intimidating as they once were. Great Ord is surprisingly still around. And Kara Kanilu, yeah, they've grown as well. Facing them in the future would be a bit of a tough fight. But you'll do fine if you wish to expand westward. Anyways. Benign neglect. If it moves, tax it. There's no need for that manpower. As we're trying to bring their capital down. That's it for them. Nowhere to run. Back to Tonkin. Died during acts while leading his troops in the exercise. We got him. We got him. There you are, Lana. Alright, begin your withdrawal back. You did your job. That's what I was waiting on. Yeah, coming from you both. Oh, a big naval battle. Capturing more and more ships every time we seek. There's your governing capacity. It was 3,458, and now double that. So yes, you will have enough governing capacity. I hope to control all of this except for the Vietnamese parts, and all the way down to the Malay Peninsula, and eventually all of southern China to us, except for the ones that Dai Viet has legitimate claims to. Speaking of which, okay, let's do some separate peace dealing here. Transfer to Dai Viet, because this one part here, this is gonna go to them. Yes, it's gonna cost us some diplomatic power because I'm giving away land to someone else that doesn't belong to that war goal. Not the part of the war goal is what I'm trying to say here. Plus, it doesn't cost me nothing to try to core it. You do that yourself. All this land here, except for these, that's part of Khmer, will be part of Dai Viet. Plus, it helps them changing their liberty desire that way. It's a generous offer. And also, you will be getting the withdrawal as well, as you're going to be on your way out. Right. Again, I wish I could see all of your cores of how much do you have exactly. Let me see. This whole thing of Grant Province. Or returning cores. There you go, that's a better idea. But, hang on. Whoa. As long as it's connected to coast, it makes sense. We don't want any enclaves. That's part of the coast. But not Qingzhou. Hang on here. Not Qingzhou. Doesn't say. Okay, hang on here. It was their territory. And all that. You give that to Dai Viet right now. Because we fought for it for them. No, 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 you dummy. You bonehead. Qingzhou. So return the cord. There it is. It's just spelling, you know. It's like, why does that say to me? Oh, I missed that, of course. Pay attention. Except parts of that enclave, which makes no sense. Because even if I were to combine all of this, I give them all back to Dai Viet. I mean, it's pretty good size, but that makes them isolated, which would cause problems. So take these off. See how this works. Not Changsha. Not Gonzal. Not Jian. Not Nanqing. But they'll have a coast in the inland provinces. And this gives them access to that wonder, which of course it's inactive because that requires them to be of the Confucian faith. Not only that, some of that go to me. Yeah, it's gonna piss everybody off, but don't care. And don't forget the reparations. And all the money that you got. We struck big. And mind you, that's the wool part. Blowing our whole load for this. Yeah. Just doing a bit of math in my head. Vietnamese Shandong. Back to the way it was in their prime. Except for the enclave here, because the area makes no sense and it's isolated. Unless we Mughals expand through southern China, then have a bit of Vietnamese territory there, but... well, there's plenty of time. Alright everybody, go home. You got a long way back. Arduous march, all of you. Don't worry, the Vietnamese will be self-sustaining one day. Who else hasn't moved? Come on, you two. Back to here. Don't worry about them. That's up to them to handle it. Now, what do these missions say? I mean, they do include all the content. Although it's quite further away from here, but the development is just... well, we've pillaged it a few times. And this must be returned to them. So your first priority is return these cores to Dai Viet. And apparently they had a bit of land up there too. Yes, yes. Don't know why that's even an option. It's Ning Chao, so leave that alone. It's like, yes, Dai Viet will have a presence up there, because if they dare disturb it, we're coming after you. We just want them the way it was back in their prime. But as for the enclave areas, makes no sense. So that'll cost us nothing, as we didn't need to spin it anymore. And some would think, do you think I feel a little bit left out? The heck is all this? More Chinese states. We could establish a coastal presence here. And some would say, for what reason? Well, it's just a, jump ahead. Plus, you're not going to have any administrative power, so there's no point in doing that. Just pillage them and reparations. Anything to help with your capital. And all that you got. And what are they going to do about it? That's the real question. Wonder. Yeah, it's not an imperialist war, it's a reconquest. That's the difference. And they will like me very much for that. No. If they want to reunite with their old core province, could have just given them more coastal land. Stupid idea, but why don't we make this all Vietnamese territory while Canton in the future east going down, that will be Mughals one day. Again, the mission's not unlocked, but anything to jump ahead. But if you're going to win provinces, that's going to cost you more the diplomatic power. Okay, so let's experiment with this. Yes, switch them all to Dai Viet. Some would think I'm giving my March Vassal a little too much for their own good, but I'm just daring. Again, they were the former emperors of China, and they deserve that amount of territory. See what we can give them out of them. You got this side. Give and chop back. You know, that's it. Huh. That is it. Some were formerly Vietnamese territory, but we're given this half of this area region of South China, the Canton areas. So it's like, yeah, the Vietnamese will have access to all of this. And in the future, when we go over there again, this part here, East Guangdong, will be Mughals territory. We're splitting this in half. They get the western half, I get the eastern half far in the future, the next time that we fight against Yui. They got this back, so they can have that again, as it was back in their heyday. So that settles it then. So yes, that's aggressive expansion, but no overextension, no administrative power be spending the seed course. So again, we fought a war that gives us no territorial gains, but we did it because, well, we have our reasons. And also we want to fresh up a bit and be ready to fight against this next war, which will likely be against them through this. So there you have it. Dai Viet is back in their prime. Almost. Let me help you with that. Well, of course, can't upgrade it because it's not my own. Obviously, it belongs to my Vassal. March. Shall return. Back to your original post. Well, everybody goes home. You've got your own land back. And also we gave you a little more than you bargained. Should there be any Cantonese uprisings, you'll put them down. Oh, this is going to be a problem. Bring them back home. Yeah, we did spend quite a bit. Powerful subject. We just accomplished that as well because we gave Dai Viet a lot of land. So there you have it. We do have a powerful subject and we made it a march. What's your liberty desire now? None. They're very happy because we gave them their land back and more. And I noticed that they've been doing these forced march, which is improved forced march, so it costs no power, so you should do that. Lack of demand for crystal. Eh. Hey gods. I don't know what this means. Told you he would die in his 40s. Now it's Murad Shah, who isn't as skilled on the administrative nor military, but he's very good diplomatically. Died while in the army was Captain Lit Shah over here. Islam Shah. Average to not good on the administrative. At least there's some competence in that. But, eh. Plus, that's a lot of diplomatic power. But too bad we lost a guy who was well connected. And plus that drop of stability, you know, hurts the income a bit. Split up. Go pick up the rest. Unless out of curiosity that you probably want to leave at least one army. The support groups of the second army. In case if there's any Cantonese uprisings. And because of your religious ideas, you are spreading Buddhism. I see. And you are working to core it. You got your old cores back. You're making it a core. So okay, you're coring everything. Okay. I could see them. Actually, for you exiled armies, go over here, so we don't want to go over and pick you up. Head to here. So remember, next war will be for that, and give these lands to Dai Viet. Yeah, these lands to Dai Viet, while we will subsequently fight against them and we'll make big gains for ourselves. You kind of don't need that right now. So switch to more administrative power, as you need more of these ideas just to finish them. Your gain is good. It's this needs more of. Alright. Islamic Center Scholar Learning. This is for technology cost reduction. Should save up for this. And as per usual. Hey. This way. Time to go. Over in revolutionary Spain, changing patterns of consumption. Sugar was once a rare luxury that had to be imported from the Maghreb or the Middle East. As the world opened up and the purchasing power of our urban classes increased, sugar may still be considered a luxury, but quite an affordable one. The price of sugar's gone up a bit. We do own some provinces, I believe, that has sugar. Every little bit helps. Again, these separatists. That's why we still have them stationed over here, in case something like that were to happen. And some would say, oh, that's just Dai Viet's problem. But I say, no, we have to be stationed here. Come on, get back to your original position. And no doubt its manpower will continue to recover and it will continue to build up to be bigger and bigger and stronger. So they'll be self-sustaining. In no rush to get the stability back up. But about to have some trouble here. Put myself over here. Wait a minute. Am I Murad Shah? Yes. It is I. Ruler as general. Saudi Air's general symbol. I think prices could be rising. Dreams of liberty. The word of revolution in revolutionary spring is spread to the colonies of the New World. The fiery rhetoric of liberty ignites the hearts of the people, who now dream of independence for their colonies. This rebellious spirit would surely be dampened if we could put it into the insidious revolution which spreads its propaganda from Madrid. All these colonies out there have a higher liberty desire. Sure. Anything for you. Holland is back. They're back again. Scotland. Then what is this? Basically, this is what's left of Scotland. And including the African part. Of course, you're angry with us. But the question I want to know is who's supporting you for the potential independence? Because you are, I know you're an uppity state of that, but still, you'll never be integrated because of your little Cambodian Reconquest. Facing against Khmer means you'll be facing that state there, and especially this one. But the truce expires with Khmer is going to be a lot sooner before there. You'll be fine. Oh my goodness. Forget about this. Keep forgetting. Build it. Road does. Here. Bahar's not that well developed. Just thinking of the state as a whole. What am I looking for? Oh, now we know what treasury they have. The manpower that they have. They're still spending it to create more regiments to enlarge themselves. That's good to know to be seeing that. %, of my monthly manpower. Oh, so that's how you send it. Send officers. Which will cost us that much. But change their liberty design. That's good to know to see that. But anyways, I'll be ending this episode very soon. In which I can tell you this right now. We are riding very high on this sort of thing. Now there's revolutionary Spain, but no revolution in the Mughal Empire yet. If there is going to be a revolution, one thing is for certain. If it does happen in the Mughal Empire, we will suppress it. Because the chance of that happening here is very, very low. Because of, you know, how far away it is. There is revolutions in the Ottomans and in the Mamluks. That seems concerning. Brunei is dealing with a revolution as well. But they haven't gone revolutionary. But revolutionary Ottomans? Could that be possible? But anyways, hopefully people enjoyed this episode, which again, this wasn't about territorial gains. But in the next episode, well, we could fight against Khmer in 4 years. And after those 4 years, we'll be dealing with them. So, one thing's for certain. Tay Nguyen and the Mekong areas should go to Dai Viet, even though they never had territorial claims in this area. But it would just resemble the borders, roughly, of modern Vietnam today. Whereas we'll try to make as much territorial gains as possible. And plus this one to return to Dai Viet. So there you have it. We hope you enjoyed that episode. And still got plenty of work to do and all that. And possible uprisings to deal with in their new territories that they've gained. And all that. And more. But until then, so long for now.